right now. Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We've got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call, powered by FanDuel Sportsbook.
All right, thanks a lot, Ken, and thank you for tuning into the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. You can give us a call at 412-575-2600 on the FanDuel Bordus hotline. We got them all here, so give us a call. Chris Mueller's on the other side at the 93.7 The Fan Cam. And Chris, how you doing? I haven't been paired up with you in a while here, buddy. How's it going?
Oh, it's going well. I'm still trying to scratch my head here, my non-existent hair, at the thought of who's paying $6 to $8 million to buy an old sack of dinosaur bones. But I guess there's a sucker born every minute. And maybe I'll just use my nightly sports call salary to pay for it.
I guess it's not you then. Is that what you're trying to say here?
Listen, I make too much money to spend it frivolously on things like ancient dinosaur bones, okay? I'm just rolling in dough here and deciding what I want to do with it on a daily basis. But that's out of the budget because it's just, it's too much of a pittance for what I make.
Well, maybe you could spend it on a couple pitchers and hitters for the Pirates.
Cool. We don't want to get crazy now and do that, do we? I mean, they've just finally – this should be thrilling for people, right? A reverse pennant race. They've lost 8 in a row. They pulled away from the field in the Kumar Rocker sweepstakes. Right.
I love it.
Exactly. If you can't be in an actual pennant chase – and you don't even know, put out of your mind the fact that baseball is probably going to see if the Red Sox fall to the bottom here and act accordingly with regards to how this draft goes, whether it's a straight, 1 through 30 or whether it's a lottery. This is fun, though. The Pirates have widened their lead by losing on the rest of baseball, and right now I'm excited about it. So I say this not even remotely sarcastically. The best thing that can happen for them is that they finish last and either have the best chance at the number 1 overall pick or straight up get it, because that's what they need, more talent.
Yeah, 100% agree with you. I hate to root against the Pirates, but you have to do that right now. At least give them a shot at getting someone good here and competing in the next couple years. So let's move on to the big story of the day here. Big Ten playing. Here's my fault with this. They should have waited. I thought that they were premature in making this decision early on, too early. Couldn't they have waited like the ACC did and the SEC did, and maybe they could have had a full season?
Well, I think here's where I come down on this. The people, I thought the Big Ten was trying to act and be sort of the responsible adults in the room. But if we're being honest here, Richie, a lot of the people that deeply care about college football don't care one way or the other. They just want to see the product out on the field. That's just a fact. However you feel about that, it is what it is. Most of the people that watch it just want the escapism of seeing their favorite team play, whether it's their alma mater or whether they're one of those people that claims that they went to Notre Dame and roots for them for that reason. But the bottom line here for me is the 3 conferences in the Power 5 that pressed forward with this are going to be subject to less scrutiny if, in fact, it does go belly up at any point than the Big Ten and maybe the Pac-12 will be, because they'll be seen as flip-floppers, people who couldn't make a decision. I don't think they needed to make one, like you said, when they did the Big Ten and, of course, the Pac-12 following suit. So now they've really put themselves, I think, in peril. They've hemmed and hawed, and if this doesn't go well for them, they're going to look even worse by comparison.
All right, so a couple more questions here before we get to break and take some phone calls. Do you think the Pac-12 will follow suit here? Do you expect another one of these conferences to try to play?
Yeah, the Pac-12 is the Big Ten's little brother, and so they tend to always end up doing what the Big Ten does. This is like the Big Ten decided to go out and party, and the Pac-12 decides to sneak out of the house after at first they said, I'll just play video games and stay in. Well, they see the Big Ten doing this now. I would be very surprised if the Pac-12 didn't do this. I think the main impediment that would be standing in their way are state governors, but I think we've seen that state governors can be even kind of had their arms twisted in the name of big-time college football. So I will be pretty surprised if all 5 of the Power 5 don't eventually play seasons.
Well, the Big Ten commissioner said today it was driven by rapid testing and science and safety. But do you think finance and financial reasons had anything to do with it at all? I do. They're seeing it was a success with the ACC, relative success, ACC and SEC, and they're like, we can play now.
Do they think we're stupid? Seriously. I mean, do they think people out there are completely brain dead? Of course it's driven by finance and by profit. Rapid testing, it just sounds better. It sounds more safety conscious. I saw Dominique Foxworth, former NFLer, of course, and a guy who I think is a pretty sharp commentator, say, why don't they guarantee insurance for the players that are coming back? Are the other fall sports, by the way, Richie, this is a serious question, like the Big Ten schools. Are the other fall sports that were canceled coming back, or is only the one that makes a ton of money for these universities coming back? That would be a pretty good question to ask, would it not?
Yeah, it's a good question because right now they just approved football. So it's interesting.
Funny how
right?
that works. I guess the other sports haven't been exposed to the rapid testing, huh? I guess they just haven't figured it out. It only made its way over to the football halls at all of these schools, right?
Yeah, I do want to say, when you look at the testing and the rapid testing, I was told it's about $64 a test. So if you have to test these guys every single day, that's a lot of money, especially when you're talking about sports that don't make any money. So, we'll see.
That's exactly right. And you're also not talking about the NFL, where I think the players, because they are professionals, can be held to a higher standard of where are you going, what are you doing. The NFL, outside of that sort of training camp semi-bubble, had another great round of testing come through, as was reported today. I just think it's unreasonable and a little bit unfair to expect unpaid college players to do the exact same thing and hold them to the same level of scrutiny.
All right, we're going to go take a break. Coming back, we're going to talk about the Steelers and injuries, an issue right now with these guys. 412-575-2600 is the number on the Bordas & Bordas hotline. Stay right there.